forward. That way it doesn't pull on the... There you go.
Well, yeah, but see, then I'm right up on the mic again. Oh, well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine if you're up on it. I'm up on it all... Oh, wow, that sounds...
When we're up on it. Oh, God.
There's the intro. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. 2 geeks and 1 mic. Ray here with...
Liz.
And this is number 13. Can you believe it's been 13?
No.
Podcasts that we've recorded.
I
And
know,
2 video podcasts. And right, I'm going to say right off the bat, we have a little bit of vlogging in this one.
Mm-hmm.
We took the camera with us. Not too long. We're just trying to try new things. Stick around for that because we're also going to talk about some changes to the podcast schedule. Other than that, Liz, how have you been?
I've been good. Yeah. Nothing's really changed all that much. Well, today was kind of hard, but...
Still got the feeling?
Yeah, my stomach still feels funny. You guys will see.
You'll see in the vlog. It's kind of
Not
funny,
cool.
but not funny.
It's funny for other people, but
not
it's
for
not
you.
funny for me.
Yeah, like she is not a touchy-feely person at all, and I had to hold her hand for a little bit there, which was weird.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but you'll see. You'll see why later on. Anyways, Coffee. Thank you everyone that left comments on the other podcast, the video cast. Well, you're gonna hear me say this later on anyways. I'm just gonna you guys are gonna hear it twice, so deal with it. We're gonna change the schedule to the podcast instead of Sunday, because Sunday's like the last day over the weekend right before school, because there's people that listen that have school. So we're going to change it to Friday. That way you have all weekend to catch up on the podcast or the vlog or whatever it is that we're going to have up. So this week, or the podcast you're listening to right now, should be up on a Friday, and then next week they'll continue in suit on Fridays. So that's that. Because I noticed like in the... Which one was it?
11th.
The 11th one. Like a lot of people started commenting just like on Sunday.
Or yesterday.
And... then there's still the latest one that people still have yet to see. And we're recording this on Tuesday, so that really doesn't give us a lot of time to get to the comments. So my work schedule sucks. But that's basically where we're at. So I just want to give a quick thank you to everybody that left comments on the other one, because whether it's the latest one or the one that we did weeks ago, comments are comments, and we thank you for them. Anything that you want to add? No?
No, not really.
You're still shaking up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm kind of still out of it a little bit. I apologize.
She apologizes.
I apologize. But, yeah. I don't think there was anything else.
Did you get in touch with your friend any more about the whole comic book thingy? Any updates on that at least?
Yeah, well, we all hung out. I got to meet his co-writer, Josh.
How is he?
He's good. He's really cool. And... I segued my character into his character storyline, so now it's like really fucking impossible for them to write me out.
I thought it was already impossible to write out your character at this point.
It is. But
what did you do now?
Even more impossible.
What did you do now?
Well, because they have decided that my character will have a relationship with his character, like a
Stasis or the other one?
No, not Stasis. His character. His name is Johnny Black or something.
Oh, that's such a cliche name. I'm sorry, no offense.
No, well, I don't. I think it's Johnny Black. I don't remember. I know it's Johnny something, and he has three people like in his brain. Like
it's like split personality.
Like 3 split personalities.
Wow.
Going on in his brain.
So you're having an affair with like 3 different people?
No, just one. Just one, because one of his characters is like really fucking messed up in the brain. Like he thinks,
but it's one brain.
He thinks he's bad. He thinks like he's an evil mastermind, but everything he does is good because he does the opposite. He does the opposite of...
Can you cite an example?
Okay.
Can you cite an example?
Okay. Say if someone... I'm trying to think. Okay. If someone is doing
Excuse me.
If someone is doing something bad, like robbing a store, he thinks that...
If he kills a guy and takes the money.
No. Okay, if a bad guy is like robbing a bank, he thinks that they are doing good. So he has to stop them from doing a good deed. So he because he thinks that since he's evil, he has to stop all the good that's happening. But everything that he sees that is supposedly bad,
I get it. I get you. It's a play on.
Yeah. It's really complicated.
Because he's a bad guy, so he sees everything that's bad as good. So it's because to him, being a bad guy, it's a good thing that someone's robbing a bank. So then he's like...
But he sees it as them doing good, so he has to stop them. So he's really doing good, but he thinks he's doing bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's retarded.
That's one of the characters, but I don't have a relationship with him.
Thank God. I was about to say, your character's way too cool for that.
No. Well, his character's actually really cool because he's a trained assassin by Tibetan monks.
Tibetan monks. Kind of sounds like kind of sounds similar to the Hitman sort of thing.
I don't know. But that's Johnny's character. And then there's the Rez, and that's the guy who thinks he's evil, but he's really good. And then there's another one called the Terror, and he's not really... He's in there, but Johnny is like trying to suppress it because he's like the really bad guy. So the Rez kind of takes over his body, and that's like the dominant personality right now.
The Terror is the subconscious sort of thing.
And Johnny, who the body is actually belongs to, he's trying to suppress terror. So the Rez is like he's like filling the position in for Johnny.
Right.
He's like maintaining the body, I suppose.
Wow. Okay. Stasis being your friend's
Stasis
your friend's character.
Charlie's character, yeah.
So your character's not having a relationship with him anymore?
It was never having a
relationship. They were just great friends.
Yeah, they were good friends.
Okay, gotcha.
No. I was having a relationship with Charlie's villain.
The villain, yeah, I remember that much.
Yeah.
And I spoke to somebody that goes to sumo.
Yep.
So he's actually working on a quick sketch of your character in both plain clothes and what I described as her normal superhero, I guess, clothes.
Tell me you said pants.
Yes.
Okay.
I did. No, I said mini skirt and
Oh crap.
But I told him.
Gonna look like a slut.
I told him a mix between X-23 and Elektra, like you said. But as far as looks, she's sort of like Psylocke, like you. And he says, "Oh well, here," and he flipped through his thing. He draws a lot of X-23, so he knows exactly what I was talking about. So there's the pants and boots. I didn't know if you wanted heels or not on the boots.
Just boots.
Just regular boots. Okay. Well, we'll see how
It doesn't matter really because it doesn't matter.
It's just a quick sketch to see what it looks like. He's like, it's not. I said you don't even have to put detail or shading in, just some things so we can have an idea of what she looks like.
Because I know that a lot of superhero chicks have high heels on, and I'm like, how the hell can you run and jump in those things? You can't. You're fucking lying.
It's a lie. Even in Sucker Punch.
Yep.
They show every time they have the close up, she's in heels, but when it shows an action sequence, she's in flats.
Yeah. Because it's hard as hell to run in those things.
It is. Not like I know. I really don't.
Oh, we need to sit down after we record and think of
skit ideas.
Yeah. I almost said sketch ideas. Skit.
Yeah. That's one thing we're going to be doing because the other day, and we're going to get to the questions here because this kind of comes into one of the questions that we got asked. But we're going to try doing skits. I want to try and put them on the Believe in Fate channel just so that they don't overtake the podcast yet, not until we start getting more as far as the views go.
Wouldn't it be good if we...
I'm thinking about putting both.
Both, yeah, just on both.
Until people get used to the fact that we have skits, and then I can leave them on one. Kind of like when I was making the teaser for 2 Geeks 1 Mic, I put it both on the main channel and the 2 Geeks 1 Mic channel.
Why don't you just keep putting it on both of them? Because in that way, Believe in Fate's channel still gets views.
This is true. I don't know if I want to keep up the Believe in Fate. It does have the more subscribers, but I do like...
But see, that drags subscribers over to 2 Geeks.
This is true. We'll see. Because I know I want to do more skits again. Because the other day I was just sitting down and I wrote out the small skit idea for you and me, just for Two Geeks One Mic. It was like a very geeky sort of scenario.
Yeah.
So, and lately I've just been getting a lot of, I want to say like, yeah, the creative juices have been flowing again. Because like I said, I've been burnt out doing the vlogging and all that other stuff. So it's been a while since I actually had a really good idea come up, and it's not a generic cliche sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I want to get some skits. So if any of you guys have skit ideas or anything, you can leave them in the comments. Or if there's anything you want to see come back. But coming off of that, I guess we'll go ahead and get to the comments from the 11th and the 12th video. Yeah, let me move this.
I can't see.
So you can see.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, these are the comments from the 11th one. Of course, Lenny, first person to leave a comment. Thank you very much, Lenny. Your support is awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. I haven't heard from Better Mike in a while. I think he's in school. He's got class. Yeah.
He goes to
university.
Yeah. He graduated high school and now he goes to.
He's going to. Okay. Well, Mike, whenever you get a chance, come listen, or even just say hi. It'd be good to hear from you again. Let's see. Lenny left like 3 whole comments. No, yeah, 3, because he forgot to say kitty. Thank you, Cartoon Loon. You're gonna hear me say this twice for verifying what omnibus means. Where's the question? Oh, Zevo Town. Well, this is from you. Ask it.
Wait, what?
You ask it, or you read it, because I've been reading all the comments.
He wanted to know what happened to your movie idea. Like with the one with the briefcase and the guns.
Briefcase and guns. Have you ever seen that one? You haven't, have you?
No.
It's one thing it's funny when I post a video online and people I don't know watch it, I don't care, but it's like people I know, I'm like, don't watch it.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I know that you have the briefcase because you pulled it out once.
Yeah.
And I know you have all those like airsoft guns because you pulled them out.
Yeah.
So. He was cleaning.
Yeah. That'd be funny that if
womanly.
They were. Shut up. It's. Yeah. Okay, so I shot this skit that used those props, and the idea that he was talking about was supposed to be a movie. I explained to you in the car earlier. It's not in the vlog, unfortunately, but anyways, I'll post a link. Fine, I'll post a link to it, to the vlog that had it, in the description, so you can see what he's talking about. And in all honesty, Zevo, it just got scrapped. The whole idea got scrapped because like one of the lead characters, or one of the people that's supposed to play the lead character, ended up moving. That's my friend J-Mac, and he was supposed to be the bad guy. Another friend couldn't make it. I had everything set up. I had locations set, and then everything just sort of fell out of place right before we got to that point to start shooting. And what sucks is I invested like $300 worth of gear for that shoot.
Well, it's not like it can't be repurposed.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's just I felt like now it's gonna be put to waste. Because it's like the guns and all that equipment, like all of the tripods and the dolly system that I got, all that was just for the movie thing. So,
well, maybe we can come up with something that repurposes those.
That's why I want to do the skits. And if anyone listening to this is in Pensacola and you want to help, because I could use with a camera person. That's if I'm going to be in any of these skits. If I'm not, I have no problem being the guy behind the camera. I much prefer being behind the camera because I think my acting is horrible.
I kind of like acting. I just did it in high school. Well,
there you go. I did theater a little bit in high school too. Just I don't think of myself as a good actor. Mm-hmm. Even though the only... It's funny. People are going to say, yeah, that's funny you say that, Ray, but you have like dozens of videos of you acting as clones and things like that. And like, well, the only reason I ever did those was, one, I can't get other people to come and be in it. So when I can't find someone to be in it, I have to do it myself. Yeah. So that's what happened. And then it ended up becoming, people started liking it. And I honestly don't see how people could think I could take my acting seriously. I really don't.
I could probably get, if you don't mind, like a super tall person. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Yeah, I might be able to get him to hold the camera or something.
We'll see.
If you get him to act in it, he's going to be a tool. So I'm just saying.
You didn't have to say that, because I was about to say if you're gonna suggest acting, I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah. No, he
Sorry.
can hold the camera because he's tall.
Yeah, I need a tall person. He could be a human tripod.
He can hold the boomstick.
Yeah, that's it. I need a tall
There we
person to
go.
hold the boom pole. I
There
like
you go.
boomstick. That's a
Whatever.
shotgun, sweetie. Sorry.
Whatever. Oh, ha boomstick. That's funny. What the pole? The thing with the
microphone at the end of it.
Shit. The thing with the fuzzy gray thing. That thing.
You know what the secret is? It's funny, but you know what the secret is when you're using these kind of mics and you're recording a guitar? The secret is to keep it from being muffled.
What?
Put a sock over it. Preferably a clean one. But yeah, because if we do shoot, I would be using the pencil mics and separate audio recording equipment for it. Because if I start doing the skits again, they're going to be full-fledged, all-the-way productions, not just like using the audio from the camera and stuff. One funny thing, just like a behind-the-scenes sort of thing I can say, that when I made the vlogs, all of the sound effects that happened, I recorded using the camera's microphone because I had no other microphone at the time.
Thanks.
So and some audio too, like if I couldn't get a sound effect, or if I couldn't get the dialogue to sound right, I would actually watch the video on my computer and have the camera. I'd start recording on camera and I just stand really close, put it up to my face, and then mouth the words as I'm watching it, and then I put that in, just so I could get the audio better. So now with the microphones, it definitely makes it easier, which is why I'm thinking about the skits again. But, wow, I strayed really far off. So as far as the movie goes, it got scrapped. And you did mention something about, like, bringing it back. And yes, I would like to bring it back.
It doesn't even have to be the same thing. You could just repurpose the elements in it. Yeah,
like, I want to keep the basis of it, like the backbone to it, the same kind of story, but I can change the characters up. I even had I feel so bad that I couldn't do it because I literally had it all in my head from beginning to end how it was going to work. And it just sucks when the plans just can't go through.
Well, we can figure something out, and we'll talk about it later.
We can talk about it later. But anyways,
giving away my good ideas.
But anyways, since I have you on being recorded at the moment, I guess I can ask this now. Since I told you somewhat of the story, what did you think of the story so far?
I liked it. I think it was a good story. That's why I said for you to repurpose it. or recast. Almost. Recast. Yeah, just like tweak the script and recast.
Well, I kind of think if I can get it out during the summer, because I feel more confident now because I know more people. Because back when I first wrote it, I was working at AT&T, and I knew people, but didn't know everyone I worked with. Like, I wasn't friends with people there like I am at this other job, like my current job. Safe. And so I was very hesitant to go up to people. So my friend J-Mac, who was the lead, who ended up moving, he was the lead, but before he moved, he was helping me try to cast it, because I told him I didn't know a lot of people. He said he did. And no offense to all the people that ended up saying that they would do it, because of the fact that I didn't know them and I didn't okay it. I just trusted him to do it. And this is no offense to J-Mac either. I'm pretty sure he's good friends with these people. It's just that when he says, hey, we're making a movie, not a lot of people really take you seriously, especially when it's people that you work with. So it's like, oh, you're making a movie, huh, whatever. So then the day of shooting, we're supposed to have like 15 people show up, and we get like 3. So it's just like...
I know someone who's pretty reliable if you're looking for a guy, and he used to act in high school. So if you're looking for someone...
I'm always...
Yeah, well, you can meet him, and I can have some people come to my house, and you can meet him, and we don't have to tell him anything. You can just meet him and scope him out, and then you can ask him.
I like the way you think.
Feel secretive.
See, this is why this is my partner in this. Here.
Because I'm a sneaky, sly bitch.
She is.
Yep. Well,
so this is why I need her on my side.
Well, because he's really reliable, and he's really sweet, and he's acted before, so he knows how to do it.
So he also has experience.
Yeah, he does, and I don't know if he has like the right look that you're looking for. So I want you to see him before I ask.
Describe him.
A couple inches taller than me, brown, curly hair. He has some Yeah.
Is he very masculine?
No. Well, he's really skinny. And
Okay.
kind of. If you pull up my Facebook page, I can show you a picture
Okay.
of him.
Okay. Well, we'll do that later.
Okay, because
But-
I can't really describe him.
Well,
very
here's the thing. Since I'm the number one thing for me, as far as a director goes, and being that I'm pretty much low budget to no budget directing, is that I'll take almost anyone that I can get, because like in his case, let's say, because I know she said that he was kind of skinny, might not be the best person for like the lead role that I'm looking for, but I do need someone that's supposed to be like somewhat geeky.
When he had his
So-
long hair, he used to have really, really long hair. He was the embodiment of the Slash. He looked
Are you
just
serious?
like him. Just like him.
I'll have to take. I'd
but
have
then
to
he
meet
got
this
his
guy.
hair like really short, but
I'd have to take a look at this
Yeah.
guy, because it's like if I find somebody and then I feel like he can fit a certain role and I pitch the idea and he likes it, if he's reliable and he's willing to be flexible
well, see,
with
I also
it, then
know where he lives, so it's not like he can hide from me.
there we go.
He can't hide from me, and that's a big thing.
To me, reliability is always key, because I can go up to anybody and say, hey, do you want to be in a movie? And to hear them say, yeah, of course I want to be in a movie. But to actually have them show up and be consistent is the hard part, because...
Well, I can hunt him down and pick him up.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. If I can find you when we need to be
You're
somewhere,
screwed.
I'm going to show
There's no
up
hiding.
and just be knocking on your door. Like, hey, you said we have to go. You're late. Come on. We got to go.
Because it's not hard for me to lock down those locations again. I have to call a couple people, but I can lock down those locations. Like at one point, I had a certain area in downtown where we live set for shooting. And all it was a night shot. It was supposed to be in the city. You know where that big parking garage is downtown? That's where it is, like right outside there. I had to get all these forms printed out, and I had to go to all the businesses that were in eyesight of this place and get permission that I could shoot there. And they asked when. I was like, well, I don't know the date, but I know it's going to be at night, so you're probably going to be closed anyways. Is it okay? And they're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I even had like a city like thing saying
Yeah.
that I could shoot there. All that work, and I couldn't even do it.
Well, we can hammer out some stuff, and you can let me see a script, and I can help you, and we can figure it out.
I'll repurpose the script for it.
Yeah, because it's a really good idea, and the script should be repurposed. So, because I can figure something out.
The one part that had me excited was because like the big finish sequence, and I'll tell you about it later because I don't want to spoil anything. The big finale was supposed to take place in a warehouse location.
Oh, that's cool.
And one of my friends, I used to work with AT&T, actually has a friend who owns a small warehouse location, and perfect. Like it even has a loading dock area and everything. And the second floor of the place is like there's cubicles, like a mini office building, but there's nothing there. They have old computers that aren't even working anymore, but there's nothing going on. It's just empty. It's perfect.
That is perfect.
So I was just like, yes, I have everything that I need. And then just one by one, people said, oh, I can't make it. Oh, I gotta move. Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, but I'm gonna repurpose it. If I can get all the locations back, then it's on.
Yeah. And, well, I know that I'm not like the most healthy person in the entire world, but I don't really flake out, so.
Well, if I have you be the villain, you don't have to worry about it.
I don't know. You might like the guy I'm thinking of. He's not very masculine, like muscular. I say masculine, it's muscular.
Well, it also depends on, I'm just thinking of the physical, but a lot of people can pull off the role just by the acting.
I was kind of more leaning towards, like, if you need help with anything, like, I would.
Well, there's
Like,
that
even
too.
if I'm not in it, like, of course I can do makeup, stuff like that.
Thank you.
I can do that shit. So, I know.
I'm definitely going to need your help for the Halloween video I plan to shoot this year.
Oh, really?
But you're probably not going to like doing it. Well, you probably will. It's probably going to be fun because you're going to know behind the scenes and it's not going to be very scary.
Okay.
But you're probably not going to want to watch the actual video
Yeah,
when I'm done editing. But helping me with it, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's going to be a ghost story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't mind, like, I did a lot of, I did a haunted house a while back in high school. I helped out with that for 2 years, and I
Oh, okay.
did stuff like that.
So you did the makeup for people with that? Or?
Well, I was actually in it, but
Okay.
but I did a little bit of both.
Okay,
So.
cool. So yes. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. See, now you're giving me more ideas.
Well, yeah.
We'll finish talking later.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, back to the comments.
Yeah, we totally strayed. We're sorry.
Yeah. I'm introverted, quiet. I don't think I've known anyone who is talkative when no one else is in the room. Zivo. I think that was because you said that you're introverted, and
I'm only and I'm like that when I'm by myself. But I didn't mean like alone. I meant like in public.
Alone in public.
When I'm by myself
yourself.
without company,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really introverted, and that was not my phone.
It better not have been mine.
No,
it wasn't mine.
But I'm really introverted even in public. So if I don't have a friend with me, yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what she means.
That's what I meant.
Because I was about to chime in and be like, I don't know, I'm here home alone by myself, and I argue.
I don't really argue with myself.
I comment in all honesty, I do comment to myself. Like, I'll walk around the house being like, I should really do those dishes. Maybe not. Well, we'll see.
I'll say
You
that.
sure? I could.
No, I don't do that.
No, I could probably just do it later. No, you're being lazy. You gotta do it. I don't really want. Okay, I'll just do it now and get it out of the way. Good. Okay, let's do this.
No, I don't do that.
I do that. That's me.
I'll be like, wow, I should really take out the garbage. And then I just walk away. I'm like, never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's this one? Felix the Brat. Sorry I'm late again. This one... Wait, sorry I'm late again. This one didn't show up on my stream. In my stream, I was like 12 when... Oh, I was like 12? Where the fuck is 11? You guys weren't kidding about how you hang out. Ray is vagina ready. I'm vagina ready. Didn't I ask this or that's a few podcasts? No, that was actually the podcast before then.
Yeah, well, we split them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we split them in two. That's why. Anyway, who is the director you want to work with, Ray? Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith. If you don't know why, watch some of his films. I know they're not the most action-packy sort of thing. They're not James Cameron. They're not big budget. But the one thing I love about Kevin Smith's movies is the story. He has really good story. He has amazing dialogue. And that to me is a big thing, because you can have an amazing movie with a big budget, but if your story is shit, then that amazing visuals can't fix that. So. Kevin Smith. I would give up sex to have a directing career with Kevin Smith, and that sounds so bad, but whatever. Why you don't like unicorns? I don't like Have you seen Charlie the Unicorn?
Oh God, I make fun of my brother all the time because his name's Charlie.
Oh, they took my kidneys. Exactly. Unicorns are fucking.
Wanna go to Candy Mountain, Charlie?
Shine, the non-believer, shine. Oh God.
It's a Pleurodon, Charlie, a magical Pleurodon. Oh God,
Jesus,
those are great. That was way back in high school.
Yeah, that's way back when. That's an old.
What's your favorite candy?
What?
What's your favorite candy?
What is your favorite candy? Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. We'll see. Chocolate is separate from candy. They're different. They're two different categories, but Twizzlers are my favorite.
Okay.
But then there you have chocolate, and chocolate's just.
Well, what's your favorite chocolate then?
Any kind.
Any kind.
Any kind. Well, I don't like Nestle chocolate.
Really?
That tastes like garbage.
It has to be Hershey's.
Hershey's, yeah, I really like. I'm partial to Symphony bars, which are made by Hershey's. But
are those supposed to be those like extra creamy ones?
Yeah, they're like the ones that cost like 50 cents more than a Hershey bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those.
Okay, so wow, Twizzlers.
Yep, I love Twizzlers. I like biting off the two ends and making it
a straw. Unfortunately, those like foot long ones don't have like.
Those were awesome. We should have vlogged that one.
Yeah,
we went to the grocery store once and we found Twizzlers that were like over 1.5 feet long, and it was a giant bag of them, and there was like for like what, $3 or something.
$3 for the pack.
And
yeah.
we about died. We each got one, and we were just like, nom nom Twizzlers. Nom, nom,
I'm putting back these candies. I'm grabbing this fucking thing. But unfortunately, they weren't hollow all the way through. We thought, oh, these would make epic straws, and then we bit off the ends. Like, oh, they're not hollow. And then you bite down until it gets hollow, and it's just about the size of a regular Twizzler. It's like, this is a jip.
Who is your woman celebrity crush?
Who's your man and my woman celebrity crush?
Yep.
We
already know Kevin Smith is your man crush.
It's a tie between Kevin Smith and David Tennant.
I like how he just.
I had to.
I like how he goes to the guy first instead of talking about his girl.
Well, because you said Kevin Smith.
It took you too long to say.
Fucking whatever. Olivia Munn.
Okay.
I have to say, I have, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, that's a generic geeky crush, Olivia Munn, 'cause she's a geeky girl." That's all. But yeah, that's exactly my point. A geeky girl that's also hot.
Yep.
Olivia Munn. It's my female crush.
Okay. Hugh Jackman from the first X-Men movie as Wolverine.
Okay.
And then Zooey Deschanel from 500 Days of Summer.
Oh yeah.
She's cute. If I could look like anyone in Hollywood, it would be her.
Well, if you did, you'd also look like Katy Perry and...
No. She came first. Shut up. She came first.
It also looks like he's taking credit for the chocolate over sex.
He should. That was his question.
It was. He redeemed himself for that stupid unicorn question.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a stupid question. Dragons versus unicorns. Come on, man.
Dragons.
Jesus. Okay. Now we're moving on to the comments of the last podcast, and we're probably gonna continue these in the next podcast too, since we're recording early in the week. Lenny again.
The first
comment. Talking about. He basically was talking about everything that we talked about as he went along.
What's your the awesomest Minecraft texture pack? What's it called?
Yeah, which one do you have?
Yeah, and where can we download it?
If you want, email it. Just email it to us, the one that you have, and we can put it in. I have a customized Doku Craft one, because if any of you play Minecraft and you don't know the Doku Craft texture pack, check it out, because when you select it, it takes you to a forum page, and in the forum page, you can select the regular, light, or the dark version, and because they have a lot of different ones. But then if you go down, you can actually select what kind. Like, they have different looks for the armors, and if you just drag and drop whichever one you want into the box on the left, it will actually be the one that loads up.
Cool.
So you can customize. You can even customize how the testificates, the NPC villagers, what they look like. You can choose all of that and then save ones. I have two versions of Doku Craft. One where the testificates look like goblins, and then another one where they actually look like people. And I altered the wood textures and things like that. But that's the one I use a lot. And I sometimes will use Jollycraft, depending on if I'm playing an adventure map.
And Lenny said, haha, you spoiled so much already. I think he was talking about the comic book.
The comic, yeah.
But that's just one story arc. And there are multiple story arcs in comic books. So
in
reality, I really didn't spoil like anything, because it's pretty long.
Not to mention, it's still really early in the game, so there's still going to be a couple smaller changes here and there, or more specific additions to it. So
I'm trying to remember even what I said in the last podcast, because after we recorded, I hung out the next day with the guys, with all of them, and we switched stuff around a little bit. Yeah. So I don't even remember what I said in the last one. So
I'm just really excited to see the illustration Sumo comes up with.
I am excited. I've been using Hero Machine 3.
What is that?
You can pick like body parts, and you can create a person, and then you can go through and pick armor and stuff. So okay. I can create something, but it still looks...
It's not exactly to what you...
Yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted.
Because it's just a template, more or less.
Yeah, more or less. And it doesn't look like drawn. It kind of looks almost like cartoonish. And I don't like it. But it's as close as what I could get from what they gave me to what I wanted her to look like.
Well, that's cool. At least there's that. I didn't even think to check online if they had anything like that.
A generator?
Yeah.
They mostly suck. But.
A lot of them. It's just like make your own Android or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Felix the Brat. Okay, catching up.
Aquaman can talk to dolphins.
He can?
He can. But I think that must have been like a fluke in story writing. Because then I asked him, because I was talking to Charlie, who's like the comic book guy.
He's a comic. Okay.
And he was like, yeah, they can talk to dolphins. And I was like, yeah, but what about, okay, if we threw a lion in the water? He's like, why the hell would you throw a lion in the water? and he said, well, I guess like it could talk to it if you held the lion's head underwater, but then it would drown.
Yeah, he'd be like, so lion, how are you? I'm fucking drowning.
So he said that they could talk to dolphins, but I guess that must have just been a flaw in the character development, because that's stupid.
It is. Well, I just read it here. Where is it? Felix the Brat said it.
Yeah.
Aquaman can only talk to aquatic animals. Okay, and then that makes sense, because then that's specific to
dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins and creatures whales in the water, and whales and everything like that. So that means, in that theory, you throw a lion in the water, it's just a fucking lion in the water.
Lion in the water.
That's Aquaman going, oh fuck, it's a lion.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh god, damn it! Attack whales! Attack! Okay, can't wait for the Avengers movie. Yeah, neither can we.
Yeah. Don't forget my questions in the last podcast. We didn't. I don't want to sound creepy from the video podcast. Your boobs look great, Liz.
Look great. Thank you. I didn't pay the money for them not to look great. I actually like it when people comment about my boobs looking awesome. Because why did I spend the money if they don't look awesome?
We're getting a ton of comments now. Ray, you say fuck with almost every question except for balls. Yeah. I just noticed that too. I was listening when I was listening to the podcast when I was editing it. It's like, Ray, this or that. Fuck. That. Ray, this or that. Fuck. This. Ray, this or that. Balls.
Balls.
It's like, I have nothing nice to say, apparently.
No. You're very angry.
I'm a very angry and pent-up individual. I won't be once I start making more videos.
Yeah, you'll be happy again.
Yeah, I actually have fun, like, doing all the like, for the last video podcast, I had fun making all those little snippets where it pauses and stuff. Like, you were talking... One of my favorite ones in there, it wasn't I don't think it was the best one, but for some reason it's still my favorite. It was when we were talking about, like, this is Steven, my husband, or whatever, and then it paused, like, this is stranger danger. Because I just noticed that, and he goes, oh, there's a guy, he looked right at the camera when he got out of his car. So I froze it, and I had fun doing all those little things, like noticing those little things during the editing, and it's just like idea, and then putting it there. It definitely does something to my creativity, and then just gives me ideas to do more and more and more. So doing more skits will definitely help me.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for all of the questions. I think now's as good a time. Yeah, we're at the halfway point, and now's as good a time as any to go ahead and show you guys our vlog.
Our day.
For today, before Liz had a heart attack.
God.
So here it is. Check it out. And we're recording.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's afternoon, actually.
Morning for me. I woke up 2 hours ago.
Move, red car! There's a guy over there sitting while holding a sign. I have no idea how he's doing that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, it's
okay, so this is this is gonna be, we're gonna include this in the podcast for today. We're gonna do a little bit more of these since you guys really liked it, and I kind of do like it. Kind of miss the whole vlogging thing.
I'm forcing it back on you.
You're forcing it back on me?
It's your destiny. Yep.
My destiny is to be a vlogger.
Yep.
But yeah, today we are returning some things because you're trying to do the whole Dungeons and Dragons with superheroes.
Superheroes, but Marvel already did one. So I decided I'm not going to waste my effort to make one when I can buy Marvels. So I'm returning $70 worth of Dungeons and Dragons.
Jesus
books.
Christ, this was all 70 bucks? For 2 books?
Yep.
That is nuts.
So I'm going to return it and then look into Marvel's Dungeons and Dragons like thing. And then we're gonna go get my W2. I'm not excited about that.
Yeah. What happened?
Pressing the accelerator.
Yeah, we don't need to be in a fender bender here, hun.
Well, they're not going fast enough where I want to go.
I don't have my ID on me.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
Oh, that's in Arizona.
Yeah, what? Oh yeah, if I don't have my ID in Arizona, yeah,
They profile you.
Yeah.
You have to have your papers.
It'd be like they'd make us stop. Do you speak English, amigo? Yes, I do, sir. Oh, you're one of them. Okay.
I find it amusing, but that's only because I'm not Mexican. I don't like any close.
See, if we're gonna drive to California, I want to avoid Arizona at all costs.
That would be such a long detour.
Like, there's the Arizona border. We're going this way. But then we have to go through Utah's further up north. No. Have to go through Nevada. Yes! Las Vegas.
It's not that great. I drove through there.
Really?
Yeah, on our way to Wyoming.
What the fuck were you doing in Wyoming?
Visiting one of my grandmother's friends.
Okay.
So let me find the receipt. Without the receipt, I cannot return shit.
Are we getting coffee here or?
No, they
okay.
don't have a Starbucks in here.
They have a Joe Mugs, not the same.
Which is where I have a gift card to.
Okay, bye! And on the road again.
On the road again. Da, da, da.
On the road again. Okay, so we're now about to go get Liz's W-2 from our previous place of employment.
My previous place of employment.
Yeah, her previous, my current.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't like going over there and talking to them. They make me feel bad.
Because they want you to come back.
Yeah, because I can't work right now, and they're being...
Still no word from your doctor?
No, I called him Friday, but he doesn't work on Friday, so they should have called me yesterday, but they didn't.
I thought you were gonna just go up into his office.
Well, they close in 30 minutes.
Oh well. Poop face. I'm just gonna have to go find some underground dealer and just be like, listen, I got a friend that really needs this stuff, so can you cut me a deal?
You'd have to give him like a list. It's like 7 different scripts.
Jesus. Well, give me the list and I'll see what I can do. Or maybe I'll just do the placebo effect. Like, here, take this. And I'm like, I'm feeling better. Those were sugar pills.
Yeah, you lying bitch.
You were giving me sugar pills?
For my cancer?
Rampage! Because it's a rampage, Lana. Okay, let's do this. Harmless. We'll be in and out before you know it. That's what she said.
And I had to talk to like 17 gazillion people, and they asked me all these awkward questions, and god damn, I suck at parking.
Okay, alright. Here we go. Let's wish her luck. Luck! Breathe.
So they didn't have my W-2, and I have to call Human Resources to get it. And I hate going in there because they want me to go back and work for them, but I'm not on my medicine. The worst possible person to see me saw me. I am shaking, and my heart rate is about double what it was when I walked in. God fucking damn it. Son of a...
Yeah, that... Yeah.
I think I'm gonna puke.
We don't want her to puke. Please don't puke. Is it just because you feel bad that you can't go back?
Yes, I feel terribly bad. And I feel like... I know that they want me to go back and work there, but I can't because I don't feel good, and I always feel so bad. I feel like I'm letting them down.
You're not letting them down.
I hate feeling like that.
Are you okay now?
No.
No?
I have a headache.
Okay, well we're going to get coffee now, so it'll be good.
Ray had to hold my hand and everything.
Yeah, she was shaking pretty bad. If she had a superpower, the store would have been gone the second she saw her old manager.
My whole entire frontal lobe is like pounding now. It was all the rush of blood that it needed to function when I saw Christina. My heart about stopped in the
You're like, okay, speak full sentences.
Calm down, breathe, try not to cry. I'm the biggest pansy in the entire world right
Oh,
now.
whatever. Have you seen me and Michael play video games? Like scary ones?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's different. I would do the exact same thing if I was playing.
We need some horror games that put your managers in the as enemies.
God, it'd be like a simulation game or something.
It'd be a simulation
like
of...
those Japanese games where you have to get the guy to like you or something.
You play those?
No, I just know what they are.
Ah.
God damn it.
You know, who said... Oh, Felix said that. Thank you, Felix, for mentioning this. He was like, when you do the this or that, you always say fuck. It's like this or this. Fuck. This or this. Fuck. That. This or that. Fuck. Except for the one where I said balls.
It's your turn. Go. God damn it. I'm not in the mood for this.
God damn it, Steven! But anyways, we're getting coffee now, and then that should be it. And then I guess we'll wrap this up by talking about the last podcast and some ideas.
You have pockets, I don't.
Okay. Yes, you do. Just, I'm kidding. All right, we'll catch you guys later. We're not on the road. We are back in the studio / office / whatever you want to call this place. She's trying to get herself into a plastic bag. Okay, so yeah, this is us about to record. I'm setting all the gear up and we're about to get it going. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who left comments on the video podcast. I'm sorry we didn't mention you in the podcast, in the last podcast, but we're thinking about changing up the schedule. Instead of Sundays, we're thinking what, Fridays?
Upload on Fridays.
Yeah.
To give you guys a chance to look at it over the weekend.
Yeah, because on Sunday, by the time it gets up, it's late in the afternoon and... It's the wife. Okay, hang on. Hello?
Hi.
Yo, that's loud. You're on the vlog right now.
Oh, awesome. Hi, people.
So that means this Friday will be the new upload time for these podcasts, so that you can catch them over the weekend.
Most of our guys are in school and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're busy. They've got homeworks and shit. Because,
Yeah.
you know, we don't do anything with our lives.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're thinking about doing some more skits, trying to spruce up the channel, do a couple more things with it instead of just the podcast. Hence the vlogging that we're doing now. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or if there's anything in particular you want to see, and stop eating the plastic.
Skit ideas would be nice.
Yeah, any skit ideas you think would be funny, shoot them our way. I want to say a quick thank you to Zevo Town, and the Cartoon Loon for leaving comments and for watching or I guess listening. But anyways, I will catch you guys later, and she's gonna say bye.
I'm gonna say bye, but not in words.
Not in words. Okay.
And not in words.
Peace.
Bye bye.
And there you go. That's what we did earlier today. Again, a little bit different. Aside from not getting any new comics.
Well, I ordered some offline, and yeah, so.
What did you order? With the Serenity ones or Runaways?
I ordered Runaways. I'm done with the Serenity comics because the only one left is the Shepherd, and I don't really care about Shepherd's story.
Thank you again to Zevo? No, Cartoon Loon, Adam, for the omnibus thing, because thanks to clearing that up, I'm ordering the Hack/Omnibus Volume 1. And there's this other comic book called Crimson. It's about vampires. My friend Jason up at the store had told me about it. He said it's really good, and because the animator or the illustrator has done some of the Spider-Man comics and some X-Men comics, and he's got a very comic book / it's like a mix between anime and comic books, where like the features, like the hands are like they look a little oversized, but the body is very, I guess, like for somebody like Spider-Man, it's still very slim and acrobatic. But then, like, the face has got the whole anime look to it. So there's not a lot of detail in it, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'd have to show you, but I'm going to start getting into that series because there's, like, 6 comics in that series that I really want to get. And they're only like $12 online.
Awesome.
I just hate that I have to go through Amazon for them.
Oh, wow.
I hate going through Amazon. I've had very bad luck with Amazon purchases in the past.
Damn, Amazon.
I know. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want to see that we do during the day, because I really don't mind vlogging. If you know me from my Believe in Fate channel, then you know I really have no problem with as far as vlogging anything, as long as it's nothing too personal and it has nothing to do with my work, because I like my job and I want to keep it. I have no problem showing you guys.
Like, I like the steady paycheck.
Exactly. So. So if you guys, anything that you want to see, or even in Liz's life, because she's been doing a little bit of vlogging here and there.
Sure.
So, sure. You haven't done it since the last
the
time. It's your assignment, woman. I'll remind you. The next video podcast isn't what we just did once. 1, 2, 3, 2 podcasts from now is going to be the next video podcast. So you have 2 weeks.
Sure.
Get something. We'll put some of the party stuff in there.
Do something. Oh yeah, the moon viewing party.
Yeah, we have that.
But it's at night, so.
Yeah. Good point. You won't see shit. You'd be like, "Hey guys, this is the moon viewing party." We'll really be in the house with the lights off. Yeah. The moon looks amazing. Turn on your flashlight. See, there it is.
Well, it's at the beach, but they don't really have.
If they have a bonfire, it might be cool.
We're not allowed to light things on the beach.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Headlights? I don't know. But yeah, what time is it supposed to be at?
Well, when it starts getting dark, but I figured we'd meet up like around 5. What time is it right now?
Well, I get off at 5:30.
Okay, well yeah, we can meet up then and grab food and then head down to the beach. And by the time we get there, it'll be starting to get dark.
That'll work. And that's all they do. They just hang out and do.
Well, normally they hang out and drink, but I can't bring alcohol with me. Well, I can, but then we'd have to drink it all or throw it away because I don't want to drive with an open.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I'm underage, so that would be.
That'd be bad to get pulled over, have you drunk or have alcohol in your system, and you're underage, and I'm the eldest person in the car, so it's like, you're buying alcohol for minors. I'd be like, fucking asshole.
Well, if we didn't go to the beach, we could drink because we could drink at my house, but you can't see the moon because I have trees surrounding the apartment.
And we unfortunately have trees here too.
Yep. Damn trees. Damn nature.
We could fuck that. Now I was about to say we could go to the bluffs. There's way too many. It's too wooded there. There's way too many bugs at night.
Yeah.
And it's not a safe.
Through the woods to get there.
It's not a safe.
Nature out there.
It's not just nature. It's not just nature. Homeless people hang out there. Zombie hobos are out there.
It's the hobos.
It's the zombie hobos and the the hobos with shotguns and everything. You know, we don't want to.
When do hobos have firearms?
You'd be surprised. But yeah, it's not a safe place after dark.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of people being like, I don't know how long ago, a friend of mine had told me about it, and it was even in the newspaper, that somebody had like gotten stabbed up there. Like he was just parked up there with a couple friends, and all of a sudden this just guy came at him with a knife, and he got stabbed like 2 times.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And they didn't know who it was. They just ran, but they said he came out of the woods across the railroad tracks, tried to call their attention. When they went up to him, he just started swinging.
Crazy guy.
Yeah. So I don't want that happening because
Yeah, let's not do that.
yeah, we'll go to where there's all the people.
Yeah, well, I was going to go to the beach right in front of the Fort Pickens entrance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not Casino Beach because that has way too many
Yeah,
drunks.
yeah.
Because it's right by the
It's
docks.
right by the yeah.
It's right by bars, but it's the place right next to it.
Yeah. They're too lazy. The drunks are too lazy to drive all the way out there to start anything.
Well, there's no bars that way. It's
And that's-
historics.
Yeah, and that's where they go to do the stargazing events too.
Because it's
so.
darker. Because there aren't very many streetlights and stuff over there.
All they have are the condos up there now, don't they? Yeah. So
You can't even get to Fort Pickens now because during one of the storms last year, the road got flooded.
oh yeah, that's
So,
right.
Yeah, you have to get out and walk. And I'm not walking.
All the way to Fort Pickens.
I think I think like the road's like gone.
Wow.
Like you have some of the road, but then you have to get out of your car and walk the rest of the way.
Because
I'm
it's
not
dangerous.
doing
Yeah.
that.
No, we're not.
We're
We're not
not
gonna do all of
doing
that.
that.
But we will. But we will definitely go to the
Yay.
moon thingy.
I'll try to get Charlie and Josh.
Yes,
and,
if
and
they
Gary.
can come, I can meet them, and maybe if good thing I did. I was about to say if I could feel them out. That's the wrong wording. I'm trying to.
Well, one of the guys going, that's the guy I'm talking about.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, if I feel like they are
Worthy?
worthy, if I feel that they're worthy for a role, or if I just feel like they're if I feel comfortable enough that I could tell them what's going on, then I'll just flat out and tell them what the idea is and what I think they would be good at, or if there's a role that they think they would like to be, then we'll go through all the ideas then, which would be fun because then I could I haven't spoken about the project to a lot of people aside from the people that are directly involved, so being able to talk about it is actually, it's already got me perked up a little bit to shoot it and rewrite and everything. The script is actually in one of my external hard drives, so I just have to pull it back out and make some changes, like to the bad guy and some of the locations and everything. There's actually one scene in there where I was supposed to make it look like I travel, because I needed to get someone else in the story. I need to get someone else to help me, and they can't be located, so I have to go find them. So I have to make it look like I've traveled to another place. So I have to shoot one whole entire part of the short film in one side of town, and the other half in another, to make it look like it's 2 different places. So there was all that. That's why I had to get all those different locations downtown. I needed something that looked like somewhat of a city. So yeah, that's brought back a whole bunch of ideas. It's been, I mean, I think that's also what burned me out too. The fact that I had all these ideas and projects in my head, and then the fact that they just at the time crashed and burned. I guess it just sort of discouraged me a little bit. I felt like I couldn't really. I really wanted to get these done, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have the manpower. So I guess that kind of added to it, because I was vlogging throughout most of this. Yeah, I was vlogging during this whole period. So oh well. But now I have people like you helping me, and I have all these other friends. So
Nagy McNagson, Nagy McNaggerson. There we
go. You guys have no idea how persistent.
Persistent's a good word.
She is.
It's because I hear about stuff and I get excited, and when it doesn't happen, I get disappointed. So therefore, in order to keep me from getting disappointed, I make it happen.
I would have made a lot of stuff happen in my past when people would have fucking done what they said they would.
See, I force people, or if I can't force them to, I drop them and get someone else.
Well, see, that's the thing. That was my worst luck. Was I'd have a lot of people that they'd show up for all of the auditions. Well, not auditions, but like readings. They'd show up for all of those. They'd show up for like a wardrobe where I tell them just bring whatever clothes that you feel like your character would wear, and then I pick out I pick them out and tell them which one looks good on them. They go through all that. They come with us when we go looking at locations. Like, they're with us all the way until the day of shooting, and they're just like, I can't do it. It's like, what the fuck, man? Really?
Yeah.
I can't just find somebody else, right? And that's the luck I had back then. And it sucks. It really does. So I guess this time it's really going to be a matter of finding people that are reliable, that are willing to see it through, not just be excited because they're in it, but then later on, once they see that there's actually work involved,
Yeah, the fact they actually have to work for it,
that they don't flake out. So I need people that are reliable, and at the same time, I do want somebody, even though it is technically the work involved, there is work involved, that I want them to have fun with it, because it's not like I'm not gonna lie, I as a director, I kind of have a strong hand with it, I guess. Like,
you're supposed to.
Well, I've been known to at one point during shooting to have been like straight up, I was like an asshole.
Well, isn't that how you're it's like,
I try not to.
I know, but I think that is, like, it's necessary though. If people aren't doing shit your way,
it can be. And well,
here's the director for
here's a story I can share for you guys, and we got time. Because I have to edit some of that stuff out. Okay, anyways, here's a story that I can share. If you go on the Believe in Fate channel and you go way back to right before I started vlogging, there was a short film that I was directing, and I even shot almost more than half of it, and this was with my friend J-Mac. It was his initial idea, and I just wrote out the script for it. And J-Mac wants to be a rapper, and he says, I want to create a short film to go along with my CD. So he's like, I need an idea. I have an idea of a guy just like me, and he basically explained his entire story of where he was at the time. A guy that's a working 9-to-5 job. They're giving him a hard time. Then the record company that's supposed to be trying to give him a deal is giving him a hard time, and he can't. It's hard for him to pay the bills. He's taking care of a kid, and he's trying to get into the rap game and become successful. So he wants to do that as a story. I'm just like, well, it's a matter of how we put it together. So I wrote out a whole script for him, and I threw in a whole bunch of ideas, and he loved it. And all of a sudden, he's like, I got this person wanting to be a part of it. I got this. I want to shoot this. And he got me pumped to do it. So we started shooting. We actually started shooting this thing. And we did really, really well. It's just that one of the things was I didn't have a good enough camera to shoot back then. So we used someone else's camera, and I'm not knocking the guy. He's very good at what he does. It's just I don't want to use the word lazy, but it's just he took shortcuts for shooting a lot of things. And me being the director, at some points I should have had the strong hand with it, and at other times I didn't really need it. So it was just really, really a hard balance to keep up with him, because I listened to him because I thought, oh, he has more experience, because he's shooting commercials and music videos for local rap artists and everything. So I started listening to him as opposed to my gut feeling. And one of the bigger ones, and you would slap me over the head for hearing this, for listening to him. There's one scene where it was a dialogue sequence between 3 people. Mm-hmm. And these people, and I did the same thing with them. We went through rehearsals, we did script reading so everyone would get used to their lines and know how the characters are and their intonations and how they're supposed to act. And on the day of shooting, we had the location set. We were there, and I'm like, okay. One of them came up to me and asked me, okay, so how are we going to shoot this? And I'm just like, okay, have you memorized most of your lines? Yeah, most of them. Okay, that's fine. You can still hold the script. We can keep them around. We're gonna do 2 wide shots of everybody, because there's 3 people. It's kind of hard. 2 wide shots, then one of each of you, like just a close-up of each of you. So that means we're going to be doing this entire sequence 5 times. So you want to make sure it's about the same each and every time. And then the guy comes over and he says, we don't need to do it 5 times. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, we just need to do it twice. One from this angle, one from this angle, and we're done. And I said, okay. I was an idiot, because it's like, now we look at the footage, and it's like I'm watching it, and it's like I want to cut to something. I want to cut to a different angle. I don't have another angle. I just have that one sequence from beginning to end. So it's literally like, it just did not work out the way we wanted to. And then people started backing out. We couldn't get the locations. We couldn't. After shooting the first half of it, it just got extremely difficult. And then I really just couldn't finish it. There's really not much I could do with it afterwards because I have the footage too. I have some of it, and it's really a matter of if I'm gonna put my name on it, I want it to be good. If I'm gonna give it the whole Believe in Fate Productions stamp, I want it to be good. I want it to be something I can proudly say, yes, I helped direct this, I helped edit this. If it's not even close to par of what I expect out of it, I'm honestly ashamed to put it out. I really don't. Like, if they were to take what's been shot and they said they want to put that together, they can. I just don't. Aside from me being in it for one scene, I don't want to be. I only want to be said that I wrote it and I helped shoot it. I don't want to be known to have edited it or anything else like that, because it's hard to explain. But yeah, I've had bad experiences with people just not showing up or not wanting to do something or saying they're willing to do it, and so.
Well, you're just gonna have to be a little bit firmer with your cast and say,
I'm just gonna need someone like you to just beat me over the back of the head when I need it, because.
Well, it's kind of like if someone, they put forth the effort to go up to a certain point and then they back out. It's like you have to have a really damn good excuse for not showing up to something, and if it's not good enough, you drop them. Say that's fine. We'll just find someone else. Who can show up when they say they will. But it's like, my grandmother died, or I was in a car accident.
Yeah, it's something like that. Then I completely understand. But when it's like doesn't answer your phone or anything like that, and then I end up calling or meeting up, and I say, oh yeah, I just woke up late, or oh, I didn't feel like coming.
No, see,
it's like
if that happened, I would have left a voicemail. Like after the third time of calling, would have left a voicemail saying, just don't even bother. We found someone else. It's cool. Have fun.
Yeah. Well, the hard thing is finding somebody else too.
Wow.
Like if it was something really, really small, like let's say right now I'm said, let's do a skit, and we need someone to hold the camera, and we called somebody, and then 20 minutes later they're like, I can't make it. Okay, I have no problem finding somebody else. It's just for those times, and I'm not saying this is like it for every time, but those times it's like, this is somebody who's been with us every step of the way.
Have you tried casting understudies?
Just haven't had the time to do it before, but I'm planning, if I'm gonna pull this short film, it's not really a movie, but this short film script out of hibernation, I guess, and put it to work. I'm gonna take it the extra mile to get like backups of people. I want to try to get like set workers, like people that could hold booms and stuff, but also get them familiar with the script as well, so that they can be. Because if need be, I can, and someone doesn't show up, or if someone decides to flake out in the last minute, I can just be like, okay, I'll hold the boom, and you be that person. I don't have to be behind the camera monitoring what's going on, because there's in my set, since it's running a very small crew, like minimal, I need, if possible, just one person to hold the boom, one person to hold the camera if it's not going to be me, and one person to hold lighting fixtures. That's really all it is. That's all I need. I don't need a script person or anything. I can do that. And most of the time, I'm the one behind the camera. I don't have a director of photography.
Yeah.
I'd be the director of photography, or I'd have somebody else. But most of the time, it's me. And then sometimes I don't even have a boom person. I just have a mic set up, or sometimes I don't even have a light person. I just have a light set up. So it really depends. I don't have a very big crew because I just haven't found a very reliable source. Yeah, that's why unfortunately Believe in Fate Productions has been a one man show for forever.
For forever.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, Tiffany has helped on occasion, and she's pretty reliable. Just
I don't think your spouse kind of counts, because they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
They're supposed to help.
Yeah, she's exempt from that rule. Yeah. But yeah, it's just to get an actual crew that, number one, knows what they're doing, to the point where I can trust them to do what is needed.
Without
or
hand holding.
Yeah. That's where I have a problem. And in a small town like this, it's kind of hard to do that. But with the fact that I know more people now, thanks to the work and online stuff, I feel confident maybe we could probably pull this off.
Yeah.
If not on a full professional scale, just something for fun, something to put out there and say, hey, I made this with a bunch of my friends. That's one thing I really love to say. Like, not only was this fun to make, all of my friends helped make it. And that brings me back to the whole cramped quarters thing. So, which I'm still embarrassed by.
I think that was a very good, first time though. It was good.
It was on webcam, for Christ's sake.
I think you guys did good. But see, I know quite a few people that might be interested, and they are more on the reliable side, and I know where they live.
Well, yeah, if they're your friends, I'd probably
I mean, there's a
I'll
couple.
I'll give them a test run.
I mean, there are a couple people that I know that I would not recommend. Like I mean, I would tell you. Like, I'm not gonna say it on air because I don't want to.
No, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
As long as not only have we known each other at work with each other, I know you wouldn't just oh yeah, this person will probably be good. Like,
right.
just you alone. You're just you're that personality is like it's always 110%.
That's because I don't like letting people down. Yeah. If I disappoint someone, I get to the point like where I want to cry. I did, like when I put in my resignation at work, I almost started to cry.
Oh.
Because I felt so bad, like I was letting them down.
What you should know is letting them down would have been if you didn't even put in a resignation and you just left. Yeah. That's what some people will do. They'll just up and leave, and that sucks because then not only do you let them down, but also you put them in a predicament because then they have you on a schedule for the next 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden they don't have. They're one person down. So
you always want to put in a resignation.
Yeah.
Because at least that way, when you have to put them down as a reference.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
They're not going to be like, well, that person just up and left. They suck.
I'm not gonna lie. I've up and left one job before, like just straight up stop showing up.
But did you put them on your on your next application?
No. But basically, and when I worked at my next job after that, when they said I don't have any references, I'm like, well, I kind of do, and I'll tell you why I don't. I left the job, and then the guy puts my application down, looks at me funny, he's like, why did you just leave? And then I said, I prefer to work for somebody and give them my all if they're going to be honest with me. If you're going to just string me around, then you can expect that I'm really not going to be reliable. I'd normally put in 2 weeks notice, and in all honesty, I really should have. I know I should have, but just with what happened in particular at that job.
Did you get hired at that job?
Oh yeah, I still got hired. Yeah. Like the guy understood where I was coming from, luckily. And the reason I left was because the owner of that place had kept saying that he was going to have me become the closing manager for the longest time. And then kind of well, I was already closing a lot, and I was one of the 2 people that worked there that actually had a key to the place. So he said he was going to make me closing manager, he's going to give me a bit of a raise, and he kept saying that for about 8 months, give or take.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. So then finally, and what happened was, the thing that made me snap was close to the time that it was a bunch of things that added up, but close to the time that before I stopped showing up was, I always every time they called me in, I always showed up, even if it was working doubles. Like, I'd show up in the morning, open, and then someone's like, oh, calling out that night, and the manager's like, I'll come in. It's like, no, I can stay if you want me to. Then stay, and then still walk home, which took me 2 hours to walk home, shower, go to sleep, and then come back the very next morning, walk there, and open. I'd have no problem doing that. And finally, later on, this particular day, they called me in, and I was tired. Somebody said, and the manager's 2 daughters actually worked there. The manager called me in and said that, oh, my daughter isn't feeling well. Can you come in? And she would always do this for them. And in all honesty, I knew if she wasn't feeling well. She just didn't want to come in, because she would do that. Mom, I don't feel like working. Okay, I'll let someone else do it for you. So she calls me in, and then honestly, I just really was tired. I did not feel like coming in, so I said, you know, I'm sorry, I can't come in. And she actually comes out and says, you know, Ray, that's disappointing. Of all times that I want you to come in, this is the one time I really need you to come in. You're going to say no. And then she hangs up. And I'm like, bitch, how many times have I...
Yeah.
And then and then from there, the ball just started rolling. And then what threw me off was... what really made me to leave. I'm just going to skip everything else, go to the point where I left. I was on my way to work, to a closing shift. I was running a little bit late, but I'm walking. So I call up there and I let them know I'm going to be a little bit late. And I don't know if she was having a bad mood or whatever, but even if she wasn't in a bad mood, she didn't need to say this. I told her I was going to be late. She's like, how late? Well, I'm still on 9th, on 9th Avenue. It's going to take me a little while to get there. I'm probably going to be 20, 30 minutes late. And she's like, well, my daughter needs to get to a place. Like right now, she's gonna be late unless you get here. And I'm like, well, I'm walking, so unless you are gonna get in a car and come pick me up, I'm sorry, this is how long it's going to take me. And she says, well, you know, if you could be more reliable, Ray, you'd probably have that closing manager position.
Oh
no, I was like, really? Okay, well, all right, I'll see you soon. Hung up, turned around and went home. Didn't even call. I was like, fuck them. If I'm gonna work this hard and then they're gonna treat me like that just because of one or two occasions that something's gone wrong, I don't need to be working for them. So I just up and left, and that's my excuse. And then the next manager I spoke to when I was trying to get that next job, he understood. He's like, wow, that's messed up. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I promise I won't do that to you. I'm not just gonna ring you around, but we don't have manager position. And he started going all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, don't explain. Just tell me if I have the job or not. He's like, I'll come in Monday. I'm like, okay.
I'm not looking for a manager position.
I don't care if I'm gonna work for you and you're planning on making me manager or not. Tell me if I have a job or not. And you base management on how well I can work. So yeah, that's my horror stories. Even though the job that we just came from to get your W-2 was your first job.
It was.
So I take it you don't have a lot of horror stories.
No, not really. I mean,
well, share something. I've been sharing all this whole podcast.
I don't really have. It's mostly just I put a lot of stress on me. Like working there wasn't all that bad. Like most of it's just me thinking it would turn out horrible when it really doesn't, and my brain
panicking too much.
Yeah, because I don't want to let them down, so I overthink it.
Do you have any good customer stories then? That you can remember?
Not that I can remember. Like none that were like so bad. Well, there was that one Miss Clover that came and she lodged a complaint against me.
For what?
A
complaint against you?
Yes, I asked her what kind of tea she wanted.
That's it.
That's
it?
Yeah.
Bitch!
She asked for tea, and I was like, hot or cold? And she was getting a little snippy, and she said cold. And I was like, well, that's when we had 3 different flavors. I was like, well, which one? And I tried to explain it to her, and she kept cutting me off after the second one. And she said she just wanted tea. And I was like, yes, but which kind? And I tried to tell her how many we had, and she slammed her hands down on the counter, and she had said something about talking to my manager. I was like, would you like me to get her for you? Because it was Elizabeth that was working. And she said no, and she just walked away. And she went and found Elizabeth, and apparently she really likes Elizabeth. And her granddaughter and her husband still ordered. And the granddaughter kind of looked a little embarrassed. So I was really nice to them. The rest, I wasn't going to do anything. And then I left the cash register, called Elizabeth, and I said, I think there's a woman coming to find you to lodge a complaint against me, because I would rather inform her of it before it happens. And she said, yeah, she's already come and talked to me. I was like, okay. So I was getting really nervous. I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, but that's still not good to have a complaint against you.
Yeah.
So I sat there in the break room waiting for Elizabeth to come. I was like, I'm really sorry about that. And she's like, oh no, Miss Clover hates everyone. She's probably lodged a complaint against everyone who works there. She only likes me for some reason. I was like, okay, as long as I'm not in trouble. She goes, no, you're not in trouble.
See, I hate people like that.
She was just a grumpy old lady, so it really didn't bother me. But I was like really nervous that they would get upset with me. I
understand. Like I had one woman like file a complaint, and it's funny if you go. I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's funny that she would file a complaint because no one was helping her because of the fact that we were so busy. But of all the people that were there, she had to put it at me just because I was the closest one there. Like she was looking around trying to get some help, and I was at the front counter. And she's looking around trying to get some help for something. I think she wanted to ask a question, but I'm with somebody. I'm helping somebody get set up, and she comes straight up to me and she goes, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Ray." She's like, "Okay." And then she turns around and I just hear her under her breath as she's storming out. She's like, "They don't have enough people to work here. It's ridiculous." And then it just leaves. And then we get a phone call, and apparently it's her, and she's like wanting to talk to the manager, and she filed a complaint, and she used my name. It's like, apparently she said that no one was helping her and that I flat out ignored her.
Did they look at the camera footage?
Well, no.
Welcome. Command, please.
Cancel. How did that sound like hello? Whatever. No, someone else that was working that day, I want to say Danielle, was working that day because she was working up front too. She was in the break room when they were talking to me about it, and she's like, "Oh, I remember her. Was she that one she described her?" And it's like, "Yeah, that was her." She came up to me and asked me. She's like, "Oh yeah, she'd been standing there just looking around for someone to help her. She never went to anybody and asked for help. She never talked to anyone. She just stood there expecting someone was gonna come up to her." So I was off the hook for that, but it's just, I was just so pissed off. It's like, why did she have to come up straight to me and ask that? And then to have the audacity to say, I flat out ignored her. I was helping somebody.
They could have easily looked at the cameras, though.
Yeah.
I think if something like that happened, I would just say, just look at the camera footage.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
I keep forgetting that they have all those cameras there.
Yeah. And they watch it religiously.
They have 2 over Nook.
I would believe it. They only have 1 in Cafe.
Yeah, you found the blind spot.
Damn right. I'm just gonna check the bait case here, and I'll sit right down.
Oh wow. Yeah, working over on the other side of the store, not in the cafe. It's definitely different, but you definitely deal with a lot more, not shady, but just a lot more cranky individuals that I've noticed. Because I mean, when you're dealing with food, you're gonna have cranky people anyways. Because there's a lot of needy people that apparently want things in a particular way. I remember shortly after you left, I've been yelled at because somebody wanted something special on this bitch. I don't know. I guess she doesn't know, and I don't expect everyone to know that our sandwiches come pre-packaged. But she wouldn't let me finish, or at least tell her what was going on. She's like, I'd like this sandwich, but I want the bread lightly toasted, and I want the meat cooked to this particular, and I don't want this cheese. I want Swiss instead. And she went, and I was like, "Ma'am," she's like, "Oh, hang on." And I tried to tell her the entire time, and then she was done with her order for the sandwich part, and she's like, "And for my drink," I'm like, "Oh, hang on. Our sandwiches are prepackaged, so I can't change it. I can't change anything for you." She's like, "Well, can you just take it out of the package and then change it that way?" And I'm like, "No, I can't, because I can't just throw something out, or because it cooks. There's a very specific way we have to do it. What it's set up there is how it's there." And she's like, "Well, you should tell people this." I'm like, "It's not like we have a fucking sign that says you can have it your way. This isn't Burger King. If you really want it, if you really want it like that, go to fucking Subway. They'll be more than happy." But
you can take things off the sandwiches, but you can't change what's on. You can take it off, but you can't add something. Like I used to do this for Christy with a Y. She would ask for me to take the tomatoes off, and I would open it up, put gloves on, and scrape all the tomatoes off for her and put it on. She's like, "I only want Liz to make my sandwich because she knows exactly how I like it."
Is that the pesto?
Yeah, it was the pesto one. She wanted me to scrape all the tomatoes off and just have the cheese and the meat on it.
Wow, I haven't. Oh yeah, that was the Tiny Christy.
Yeah, it was Tiny Christy. And I didn't mind doing that for her, but people would ask for like no mayonnaise on like the Chipotle one. I'm like, I can't take that off because it's frozen.
It's already a part of it.
It's kind of melded into the bread. It won't work. I can look like I'm doing it, but
it's not. It'll be there. Just placebo effect. Oh, it's not there, really? Yeah. It's not like I don't think they'll ever be able to tell. So.
But
what are your horror stories? I actually am curious now. What are your work horror stories? Everyone out there in the internet world, send us an email. I'd definitely like to read those. You need more work experience.
Well, sure. Yeah, I'll get right on that. No, I mean, I'm not a big fan of like working in customer service anyway, because I'm not a people person. I can put on a face for it. I know how to pretend I'm a people person.
I remember seeing this face when you were working at Maine.
I did that twice, and once was to cover for one of the girls that had to get surgery done, and I covered for her, but I only did that twice. Once at Maine and once at Nook, and it was terrible.
I just remember the one time that I saw you and Tiff went up there. It's like, oh, those shoes look cute. And you're like, they suck.
God, they hurt so bad. I was wearing Tracy's extra pair of flats by the end of the day, and
really?
She wears like a size 10 and I wear a size 7. So I was like shuffling to get places
so that they wouldn't come out.
So they wouldn't flop off.
Wow,
but
that's funny.
I couldn't wear my shoes anymore. That was the dumbest idea ever.
The outfit looked good.
Cute.
Yeah, the outfit looked great. Don't get me wrong.
So cute, but that was just the worst idea I had ever had in the history of ever.
Oh.
Yeah, never again. Ever.
Yeah, no, you're not the only one that's done that. Like, there's this other Danielle that works up there. She got hired for holiday, and she showed up in these really tall heels, and I'm just like, how long are you working today? And she's like, I'm working a full 8 hours. I'm like, you're gonna throw those shoes into a burner before the end. It's like, oh no, I have my flats in the back. I'm like, you're gonna get to them really quick. She's like, I think I'll be fine. I'm like, you're gonna get them.
Yeah.
2 hours later, she already got in those flats.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta hand it to myself though. I lasted about 6 hours in the heels, and then I started getting blisters.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was like, this is not gonna happen. So it was like the last 2 hours that I was in Tracy's shoes. Not very long, but I tried to stick it out, and then I was like getting grumpy. I was like, my feet hurt. No, I can't help you. I don't want to walk. That's on the opposite side of the store. Oh, I do have something though it wasn't a work experience, but I was helping Bev shop for shoes. My grandmother. I was helping her shop for shoes yesterday.
Okay.
And we went into the shoe store, and I was helping her shop for shoes, and this old woman kept talking to us. And I didn't understand why she was talking to us. I guess she was just being a friendly old lady.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah, because Bev was looking for a specific shoe because she needs a wide. And so the woman kept saying that she had a bunch of shoes in her size and the wides right behind her. And I was like, okay. And then she came up to me and asked, was this the correct price marked on the box? And I thought she just couldn't see. And since she was talking to me before, it was okay. So I was like, yes, that's the correct number on it, like that's the correct price. And then her husband came up to me later on and said that this shoe box was mismarked. It was said it was a wide, but it's obviously a narrow. I was like, well, yeah, you're correct, because that does look like a narrow. And then it dawned on me, they thought I worked there. I was like, oh, snap.
Whoops.
Okay, if they wanted help, they picked the wrong person. Because I was Bev was standing there, and I was bending down and getting her correct shoe size and opening them up and helping her put them on, because she was having problems putting them on. So I guess it kind of looked like I worked there, but I didn't have the uniform on. Like, they have bright red smocks that they wear. I didn't have that on. I was like,
hey, you're lucky. At least she wasn't like, could you help me put this on?
I probably would have helped her. She asked for her opinion, like if they looked nice, and stuff like that. And it was not until after her husband came and told me that this box was mismarked that it dawned on me she thought I worked there. Wow. And then I was supposed to fix this.
What'd you tell her?
I didn't say anything. I looked at the box. He handed me the box. And I said, okay. And then he walked away. I was like, do they think I work here? And Bev started laughing, and then shortly after we left, so I was like, if they wanted someone to help them,
they're probably like, where's that black curly hair girl that was helping us? And we don't have a black haired curly girl working today.
What are you talking about?
You guys imagining things? Like, no, they're in the... Where did they go?
Yeah, but no, it's like, I didn't work there.
That's funny.
Damn.
I've done something similar to that, where not that I was confused being work there. I asked somebody I thought was working there. It was actually at Books A Million a long time ago, And it was just because I saw somebody shelving in that aisle earlier, and I walked in, and someone was shelving. So then I turned and I started looking at books, and I think I was looking at books about dreams or whatever. I picked one up and I started looking at it, not looking where I was going exactly, but knowing I remembered seeing a guy shelving there, so I started walking in that direction while looking at the book. And then I go, excuse me, what's the price of this? And then it's just some guy in a jacket, and he's like, I don't work here. I'm like, oh, right, where's... Like, pay attention, damn it.
No, but that was the first time I ever got confused for working.
That's strange. Just because you're helping your...
I was helping my grandmother.
That's funny, though. Was it one of those, like...
It was a really old couple. So it didn't offend me or anything because they were really
oh,
sweet.
yeah, no, it's like, what was it, kind of those old... How do I say this? Old person shoe store? Or?
No, it was like shoe station or something.
Oh, okay.
The section we were looking in is more geared towards the older people because they were like flat, comfortable shoes.
Right.
That kind of look. They're like the old people shoes that they wear. It's not like orthopedics or like the ugly tennis shoe things. But
right.
It was just geared towards the older people. We weren't in the high heels section or anything like that, but. That's where we were, and
it's probably a mix of you helping her and the fact that you were in that section.
Probably, and that's just I was just. I mean, it didn't offend me or anything. I was just, yeah, that's correct. I mean, it said there was another price sticker on the opposite side of the box, and then that side of the box said sale, and then the other price, like, yeah, they're $69.99, and I was like, yeah, that's right. No, that's definitely not a wide because that looks like a narrow shoe.
Like,
wait a minute.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Do they think I work here?
Oh, that works.
All right.
That'd be funny if they tried to file a complaint. Like, she just abandoned us, and
what woman?
Yeah, did you get her name? And she's like, she was wearing this. No one that works here wears that or has black curly hair today.
So I just let it go. I didn't tell them that I didn't work there. I was just like, oh well.
Maybe if they came back, but like, do you work here? Like, no.
If they had asked for something else, I would have probably said like, well, maybe if you ask someone who works here, they might be able to help you. And that
there you go.
I didn't want to embarrass them though, so I was just like,
yeah.
They were really nice old people. Old people, I like them.
Yeah, I have a lot of older people that come up in the store, and so if I'm like on lunch or something, they come up and ask me. I'm just like, technically I do work here, just I'm not working right now. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would happen to me too. I would still help them, but if it was like something like on book floor or something, they would ask me, and I'm in an apron. And I have the ball cap on. I'm just like, no, I don't know where that is, but I can get you someone who does. I work in the cafe, so no, I don't.
I wish I worked in a more geeky environment. Aside from
comic
books, I've worked. I've never worked at a comic. No, yeah, I've never worked in a comic book store. I've worked in a memorabilia store in the Philippines for a little bit, but that only lasted a week.
I would like to work inside of a comic book store. That'd be pretty badass.
You need to find out if TBS has applications, which I'm pretty sure they do. They literally have to print it out for you.
Yeah. I don't know, like that would be cool, but then I would feel like I'm letting down.
Where?
The other work, I can't say the name on air. I'm letting down where you work.
Yeah, well, where that place is, there, it's more work intensive. You're doing a lot more. Whereas in the comic book store, you're literally sitting behind the counter, maybe shelving a couple comics.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you walk in there, and the main person behind there is like this on the counter, reading a comic themselves, unless they're ringing something up. So.
Yeah. I don't know, like.
You're not letting anybody down. Don't worry.
I know. I always just feel so bad.
Stop feeling bad. You're fine.
I can't help it.
But yeah, that was a good sharing. Yeah, sharing today.
Share time.
Yeah. Actually, I want to hear if any of you guys have any geeky or just regular work horror stories having to deal with customers. If you share some, I'll share some of mine. When I worked customer service for certain telecommunication companies. I'll share you some of my
Oh,
horror
you already
stories.
said it on here once.
I did?
Yep.
All of them?
Just 18.
Oh, ATT? Okay. Oh, I spoke about it on... Oh, yeah, you guys know. If you've listened to my walk-in talks before, you know I used to work AT&T and Sprint at one point. I'll share some of the stuff I did there. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this podcast, actually.
Yep.
Because we are just at our limit. I know I have a couple things to edit out, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So don't forget your this or that questions. Thank you again for commenting and listening. I'm sorry I pretty much talked your ear off this week. But we should have a lot more to talk about, or at least vlog about for the next ones. We're going to the moon viewing party. We might have a couple more things going on this week, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Unless you want to add anything.
Not that I can think of. I'm sure as soon as we go off air, I'll be like, "Oh shit, I meant to say this."
Yeah, that's Murphy's Law. That's just bound to happen. We'll just tack it on at the end.
Yeah.
But other than that, I guess that's it for this week. This is Ray signing out.
And Liz.
Peace.
Toodles.